So in the last video, we started learning about JavaScript strings. So in this video, I'm going to continue learning about the method within the string. So firstly, I'm going to start looking at how to calculate the total length of a string. Let's say now, for instance, let's say we want to calculate the length of a particular string, for instance. So now we can add a method to it. So let's say this variable, we have declared the variable as let message is equals to my name is Piccolo. So now let's try to calculate or get the total length of it. Now we can create a variable that's going to store the length for us. Let's say message length. So now let's say now it's equals to. So since this has already been stored in a variable, so we can just use the variable name. Let's say message. Then you can attach the method now. So you can use dot if you want to attach a method to a particular variable, for instance. So now let's say you want to get the length, so we just type it length, for instance. Okay, so you don't need to put the bracket. This is wrong, you just leave it as this. So you can use a semicolon if you prefer to use it. If you don't prefer to use it, you can leave it empty. So now let's say we want to console.log the length. So now let's save it. So let's go back to the browser and refresh and see the effect. So Control R, you see we have the total length is 20. So this method is useful. For instance, let's say for instance you are trying to create a sign-up form, for instance, and maybe you want to limit the username input, which is so that you not pass certain length. Maybe the password input, for instance, you want the minimum character of the password to be 8, maybe the maximum to be 16. So you can use the JavaScript length to achieve something like that. Okay, so this is the string method. So now next we are going to look at how to extract string part from a string. Let's say for instance now inside within a particular string you want to extract a particular word, for instance. So you can use, so we're going to learn about that. So there are three methods for you for extracting a part of a string. So you can use the slice, or the substrings, or the substring. So let me just type it so you see it. So you can either use slice, that is the first one, or you can use substrings. So these are all methods, so you can use this. Okay, so let's start with the first one, the slice, and see how it works. Okay, so now let's say for instance now let's create a variable now. So let's change the message now to be, let me clear this. So now let me say the message to be welcome. So now let's say maybe the username, let's say the username is Piccolo. So welcome Piccolo to our JavaScript course, for instance. Okay, so now this is the string now. So now let's try to extract some part of it. Okay, so now let's change this variable to extracted message. Okay, this is just a variable. So now for instance now this is the variable, the text is stored in the variable, so we can say message then dot. So let's attach the method to it. So slice. So let's open it. So once you open it, you see the VS Code is going to tell you how it works. You see it's going to require up to 2 numbers. Okay, the first one is the starting point and the last one is the ending point. Okay, the ending point is optional, whilst the starting point you have to specify where you want it to start. So let's say we want to start it from index 9 and end at index 16. So know something. JavaScript can start counting at 0, not at 1. So let's say for instance this W is going to be index 0, then this E will be 1, like this. So it's not like normal English is going to be starting by 1. No, in most programming, especially if you are dealing with arrays, so you start by the 0. So now let's try to console.log to see the extracted message. So now let's save it. So now let's go back to the browser, refresh to see what we have. Control to refresh. You see we have extracted Piccolo from this particular string. Okay, so we have extracted Piccolo from this particular string, for instance. Okay, the slicing, the extracting of some part of a string is useful. It is actually when you are working with form, with what they call it, with files, for instance. Let's say you have a PDF file and you want to run a script that is going to search for a particular word in a string and remove it out for you, for instance. So this you can find it here. So that's about the slice method. So in the next video we're going to continue learning about the JavaScript string method. So till we meet in the next video.